Here you go, Tom. We got some Hollywood drama. Hollywood drama.
Her internet went out. That's what I figured. Yeah.
Oh, she sent you a text?
No, she's saying it right in the chat.
Oh. I want to see her. Hold on. Let me put her.
Yeah.
Add as a moderator.
I was going to play it off that she got pissed, but yeah.
There we go. Now I can see you better. Okay, Tom. Here you go.
Oh, we talked about this Friday, yeah.
Yeah, apparently
Weird.
Disney
Weird.
is well aware that she's a walking disaster, and they're putting her on a leash. We're talking controlled, screened interviews because she can't keep her mouth shut. So we got to screen all the questions because she's a moron, and no UK premiere.
You know, the weirdest thing about the no UK premiere thing to me is the fact that they're doing this because of the possibility of anti-woke backlash. And in the UK and even here in Australia and stuff like that, woke shit is still like, it's only in America that the sort of the culture has shifted a bit because of like everything to do with Trump and stuff.
8%.
I don't really think that the rest of the world is necessarily following in those footsteps. And the woke aspects of shit, people, like I can only speak for here in Australia, are still all in and all hate Trump and all of that kind of shit. And I just think they're not doing a premiere in the UK of all places because of the possibility of anti-woke backlash. Like,
we got to give Endymion an out.
I think it has less to do with the backlash.
Yeah, let's give
Endymion's got to go.
Then they actually want
Thanks for having me, guys.
reviews to get out early.
Hey,
Did you get the So Cute in remaster, Endymion?
That's coming in the mail. I'm currently reviewing this game that doesn't come out to the end of the month. It's called AI Limit. It's like a Souls-like. So that's what I'm playing right now.
Okay. Oh, you got an advanced copy.
Yeah, I got sent a copy by the publishers. I've been playing it. I'm like almost done it, I think. And it comes out March 26th. It's a pretty damn good game. So I'm just gonna review that and then move on to the next thing. So yeah. But no, Suikoden should be coming in the mail soon.
I got the Switch version. I'm about to dive in tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm looking forward to. I've never played those games actually.
Oh, they're great. And
Yeah,
if you
so
like
I'm
those,
looking
go
forward.
play Ayuden Chronicle because that's I mean that game's kind of okay, but that's the same thing basically. But yeah,
I'm gonna play both of these back to back.
Yeah, I'm just gonna play AI Limit, then go back to Monster Hunter Wilds and Yakuza, and then I'll see if I review Assassin's Creed Shadows or not. We'll see.
Oh, that's coming
I
out.
don't know yet. Yeah,
10 more days.
I know, Mike. Ugh. Anyway, I gotta go. So, have a good night, everybody.
Later,
Right, see you, buddy.
See you guys.
Later, mate.
But yeah, for all the reasons you just said, Rhino, I think they're trying to avoid bad reviews more than anything. I don't think they're worried about the woke aspect as much as the movie's just bad.
Yeah,
So
she's
I think
a
they
moron.
I think they cut most of the woke shit out of the movie.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be too sure of that, Song.
But also too,
Maybe,
whatever
but I know
do,
I think in some of those shoots, I think they shot some romance between her and the prince, though.
They
So
have.
do you
They
think
have
that it's a similar
to.
thing that they did with a Captain America, where like they've taken out some stuff, they've had to
They've reshot a lot of this. No,
That's
gonna
kind
be
of
a
what I
mess.
thought too. I've heard that they've reshot, cut around, reshot, done some things because they brought in this young girl to play a younger version of her that wasn't even in the original version, I guess, so that to make her more likable. And then from the rumors that I heard too, was that they added, the romance between her and the other guy. I don't think he's a prince necessarily, but he's like the leader of the rebels.
he's like a
or whatever.
resistance free fighter.
Yeah, he's the
or something.
resistance fighter or whatever.
Yeah.
But unless you know more, Verbal, because you're closer to the ground there, you might know more than I do on that. But yeah.
No, I mean I heard the same things. Other than them like removing like the main song and changing it, into that dumbass Wish song. No, this is just gonna be a bad movie. Like it's gonna be woke for sure. It's not gonna be a little woke. It's gonna be woke, but they tried to make it as, I guess, I don't know, as palatable as they could.
The thing is, though, too,
but what I'm really upset about
it's still going to be
hold
bad.
on. What I'm really upset about is we're not going to get the unhinged press tour.
Yeah.
Because that would have been so great. She should be running around all these outlets. All they're going to ask her about, because she's a moron and she'll answer it all, is Trump and all that kind of stuff. And we're not going to get that now. We're going to get controlled questions because Disney has to screen everything. That's what they're saying in this for some insider from Disney is it's all going to be controlled. Every press event she does is going to be screened.
I'm sure that's part of it.
They're going to lose a
too,
lot of
yeah.
money on this.
Yeah. But I think they're
That's
avoiding
what I was going to
it.
say, Valiant. Yeah, Verbal, sorry. Is it's going to be not just a bad movie.
Oh, no, we're
It's
talking
gonna
about
be-
the
it's
press
gonna be-
event.
I know, but like,
We're missing out on all of that. That was going to be more fun than the movie.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're going to lose a lot of money. So yeah, they put the clamps on her. They're not going to let her just go out there and talk.
Oh, we got a guest in the back. Let's
Well,
get
and it
her
also
intro.
shows that
Hi. Sorry. It was so funny because all I heard was Tom go, you know what? You know why they're doing this? And I was like,
Snyder
okay, I'm
Bros.
ready to listen. I'm ready to hear his reason. And nothing. And I was like, is he going to say it? And I'm sitting here like
Never.
waiting for Tom to speak, and my internet's just going,
I was playing it off that you
Oh,
got pissed off that I was blaming Snyder Bros. And
oh, no.
Steph, are you mad that we're not going to get that unhinged press tour with Zegler?
Yes.
I know.
I know.
Yes.
But as I'm saying, I think it has, yes, that is a big part of it, but I think that they are afraid that this movie is not good. I think they're trying to avoid any early
Oh, we don't know
press
it's not
slash
good.
reviews and any. I know, but they don't want the word getting
That's
out there,
not-
is what I'm saying.
It's going to get good reviews.
It's gonna get
That's
out.
why they
gonna-
canceled the premiere, though. Believe you me, because they could have just said, we're going to have the premiere and just kept her from the red carpet, right? They could have done that.
their mistake is that they
they're
think
gonna
that's going
lose
to fight it.
they're losing a ton of money, so this is just like maybe could possibly be like just a cost cutting measure because the UK is extremely woke. So like all this anti woke backlash is bullshit.
Yeah.
I
But
don't think it's
I-
because of the woke part. Like I was saying before you come back, is because Rhino was saying the same thing. I think it's because the movie is just plain bad and they know it and they don't want early reviews getting out saying that. It has little to do with the woke
But I
part.
think it's also too late
Yeah.
for those early reviews to come out. People are already expecting the
They would
worst
be
out of the
asking
movie, and I
her-
feel like normies are too.
They would be asking her about Palestine, all
yeah,
that shit.
100%
100%.
because it's a huge topic of conversation over there. So they would 100% be doing that. The journalists, they don't care. They will ask her intrusive questions. So they don't want to take the chance.
Yeah,
Such great-
Disney can't afford for her to talk anymore.
Mm-mm. No.
She walks
If
like
you saw
Jar
like
Jar
the
Binks.
where she was in Japan, that was so incredibly controlled. So controlled. Like I cannot find a single thing that she did because she did a couple of like TV stints over there and I can't find them anywhere. Nowhere.
Yeah,
And you can
I think
say-
a lot of her shit's
Well, and the
getting
fact that they
scrubbed.
let her do those tells me that even if they are being scrubbed, that yeah, and I'm not saying it isn't part of that, but I think they're just trying to hide the movie more. So that's what it smells like to me.
It's crazy that they thought prancing them out at the Oscars together was a good idea. Like, you know, obviously that's
That was
designed to
great because
promote-
you could tell. You could
Oh, yeah.
tell
Well,
that
because
they
that was
don't
something that
like
was
each
probably
other.
set for a while.
walking like Jar Jar Binks.
It was advertising, right? That's why they were there. It was advertising. They were coming out. They had
Yeah.
a new movie coming out. So you see that all the time at the Oscars. That's why there are some presenters there who have a movie coming out. They're presenting an award. So this is the same thing. But I mean, you could just tell there was so much tension. Like they didn't look at each other. Rachel's like she can't hide how she feels. She's just like like you could tell she would rather be there on her own. She doesn't want Gal there. Every time Gal spoke, she would take like this type of breath and like put her lips together, you know, and have like this really fake smile. It was really
if you've
bad.
been hearing for the
Gal was
last
very
year that you're not as-
professional, you know,
Yeah.
but Rachel could not. She can't be professional.
Yeah.
But
No,
if you've been hearing
yeah.
for the last year, not as sexy as this bitch, wouldn't you be kind of pissed at her too? I'm not trying to give Rachel any goddamn.
That's not why she
excuses
hates.
here.
She hates her
That's not why
because
she hates
I know
her.
she
Gal
hates.
Gadot.
I know.
she's from Israel and was in
Trust
the
me.
Israeli army.
Trust me,
Yeah.
I know. Have you not seen my Twitter the last week? That queerdo from who's all like anti-Jew and shit, and I like said something about what would Gal think about that because he's a Snyder bro. He's like, I would spit in her face.
I'd spit on her.
I mean, you could tell by the way Rachel was walking, man, how pissed she was when she was walking out to
I've
the
seen her
stage.
do that a bunch of times though. Like at D23 when she came out on stage, she walked really fast. Like she wants to be the first one to get to the microphone. That's pretty much what it is. It's a total narcissistic thing. She wants to make sure that she is the first one there and you're the one that's lagging behind her.
I mean, she has to be thinking like her God that Blake Lively is getting so much attention for being horrible, because I think it's kind of taking the focus off of Rachel a little bit.
You're not wrong.
Like,
Hold on a
thank
second.
God Blake Lively is so terrible.
I haven't been following that at all. I find everyone involved with that suit piece of shit. So
Yeah.
The Blake
I've only
Lively
been
thing?
watching
yeah, I
Steph's
don't like that
videos.
Justin guy either. I think he's a piece of shit too.
The male feminist.
Yeah.
He's a male feminist, but I think that he's not like a
He's no
daddy.
Johnny Depp.
No, he's not Johnny Depp. He's not a creepy male feminist. He actually has like good intentions, and this is just happening to him because he his
He was
view
weak.
and his like religion is very much that like you sort of submit to women and treat them with respect because they're the ones that give birth to all of the women, and Blake Lively just completely took advantage of that. So I think that he is inherently a good person. I don't think that I don't like that he's a male feminist. I just think that he's inherently a good person. It's not like Johnny Depp, where they're both pieces of shit. He's an actual good human being. He's just happens to be a male feminist, and
I don't think Johnny Depp is a piece of shit.
No, I didn't think that either.
yeah.
He's got a drug problem, but I don't think he's a
He
piece
is
of
a
shit.
bit of a lefty. Yeah.
He is, but he does a lot of good things too.
Yeah.
Not so like when
mean-
he goes and does like all that shit in children's hospitals. He's not seeking.
Yeah.
He
Well,
doesn't
that's the
call
difference.
the press.
We've also not
he
just
doesn't.
that
He just
we've
goes
had,
and does it.
we've had 20 years to get, or 30 years for some of us who've paid attention to him longer than that, to get to know him, as an actor, at least more than we have Justin Baldoni. Like I joked earlier, like I didn't even know who he was until you ladies started talking about it on Toxic Femme, right? So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I think Johnny's got a drug problem, but I think he's a good person.
Yeah. Well, when I say that, he's like, it's sort of like they're in a relationship type thing. So it's a very toxic relationship. So they both did things that were bad. She's just worse. Whereas here, he was just trying to make a movie, and she
Right.
overstepped.
Oh, it certainly seems
the
like
movie.
she kind of derailed his project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, she tried to
credit
steal
for
it, man.
herself,
she tried
So-
hijacking it basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got RG Mastiff.
She's trying to be the female Ryan Reynolds is what she's trying to do.
Yes, 100%.
RG Mastiff for 20 says, I thought we only put muzzles on dogs. Well, she is a dog. She's a bitch.
And she needs to be muzzled.
Yeah,
She certainly
she's a
does.
walking disaster. I've never seen anybody speed run their career into the floor like she has.
Yeah.
She's done an excellent job of it. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
there's
she's
so
probably
much shit.
lucky. Actually, she's probably like I've seen disasters like this in the past, but she's probably just lucky she's in a woke time like this, or it would have happened sooner. That's
Yeah,
kind of more
I
so the
agree.
thing. Because like look at like Sinead O'Connor's a great example of how somebody who can torpedo their career overnight, and actually in a matter of seconds,
Yeah.
right? Like I mean, it can happen real fast. But in this day and age, I think because of that, like if Sinead O'Connor were still alive and did that now, nobody would blink. Nobody'd say shit. In fact, she'd be celebrated on Twitter. Right? Like that's the big difference now is you're right, 100 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, Rachel Zegler, her career would have been over in a heartbeat if
Here's
she'd
the
have said
thing.
half the shit she said already.
Rachel,
now, yeah.
Rachel could pull this shit if she had at least one hit. At least one hit. She hasn't had one hit.
No.
Even back in the
None.
day, I don't think she could have pulled that off. Because if you could imagine, like, if somebody, like, right after their first hit would have come out and said, oh, all you people who love the original.
She never had a
Well,
hit.
remember, what's her
We
name
keep-
from Grey's
we keep-
Anatomy? From Katherine Heigl.
Oh, Katherine Heigl.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a good
Heigl.
example. Thank you,
She's
Steph.
a great
Yes.
example of this. Like her mouth got away with. She talked shit about practically every single project that she was on, and now she's doing like Pepto Bismol commercials or something. Or
Yeah.
no, adult diapers. That's what it is. She's doing adult diaper commercials
Wow.
now. She was such a rising star. She was a great actress, but she talked shit about
wouldn't say
every single
great,
project
but-
that she was on and about all of her co-stars. So now she's making adult diaper commercials. They completely just
Yeah.
pushed her out of everything.
Chevy Chase did the same thing to himself over time. I mean, what's his face?
Yeah,
from
but Chevy
Seinfeld
Chase,
did
it took a
overnight.
while for him to get there, though.
It did, but that was just because he was being Chevy Chase. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
it didn't take one specific event like
Nope.
what's his face from Seinfeld where he started throwing the N word at people. At that
Katherine
club.
Heigl is like a cautionary tale.
Oh, Kramer.
Kramer, the
what's his
actor,
name?
Michael Richards. Michael Richards,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he got trolled and was saying he'd own. If we were in 1800s, I'd own you.
Dude,
Not a good move.
That
No,
was
it was
like
not.
the end of his career, man.
It
Yeah.
was. That's what I'm saying. Like that's a career-ending move right there, right? Like there's another example of it, right? I mean, it happens. It can happen.
I just remember it happened right before the DVD release of the first season of Seinfeld, and Jerry had to go on David Letterman
Yeah.
right after it, and he was like literally like pleading with people not to like to forgive Michael Richards, and he was in a bad place, and he's making up all these excuses, and I'm like, Jerry, you're doing this so that people buy your DVDs. You can care less.
Yeah.
It's true. So I'm sad we're not going to get the press tour. That sucks. Gal and her will not be in the same room ever again. I think they'll be separated.
They are going to be on the red carpet in LA.
Are they going to do? So they're still going to do.
And that's why I keep saying,
this one is just the UK. They're still planning on having a red carpet event in LA.
But they'll probably be separate. They won't take photos together or anything like that. You reckon?
Probably
Right.
not.
It's gonna be
separated.
Rachel and the guy that plays the quote unquote prince. That guy.
I'm
But
really
that's
looking
my point,
forward.
because usually the UK premieres before the US, and that's when a lot of the early reviews come out, and that was my whole point.
I'm really looking forward to someone eventually coming out and talking about what it was like to film this movie.
I mean, filming it probably wasn't that big of a deal unless these two actually, because I don't know if they actually started going at each other until it was after the fact, because I think they were done shooting already by the time a lot of that Palestine shit kicked off.
Well, I really want to hear what Gal
could be
has
wrong.
to say about Rachel behind the scenes. But
Right. Well, she's too
We know she's a
professional.
nasty-
I don't think she'll ever
We know
say-
she's
She'll
a nasty
never
bitch.
say
Yeah,
shit.
she'll never say.
It'd be nice to be a fly
Gal's
on
too
the wall
professional.
there.
We know she's a nasty bitch. We all saw it when she jumped on
Yeah.
Gina.
Gal isn't messy, so she's not going to say anything
Yeah.
crazy.
No.
I'm
course
talking
not.
about Rachel. Rachel was a nasty bitch. Remember she tried to cancel Gina? Remember that? She jumped
Yeah,
right
if
into it,
anybody- yeah.
enjoying it. She's a mean girl.
Yeah.
That's what
If
she
anybody
is.
tries to say anything about behind the scenes, it'll be her to try and get some relevancy or something.
Right. Get
Once
ahead
she
of it.
fades into obscurity.
You think that Y2K flop would have humbled her ass? Because that was a really bad
Here's my
flop. It showed that
prediction.
she has no star power.
But dude, what about Shazam? What about
She
what was
didn't
the other one?
headline
Hunger
those.
Games.
Hunger Games did okay, but she wasn't the lead. She wasn't
No,
the
but
draw
she's
for that
done well
movie.
enough that she
But-
can continue on Broadway and stuff like that, which she'll do for the next few years.
yeah.
And then here's my prediction: in about 4 or 5 years, she'll do some interview with like People or Vanity Fair or something like that, where it'll be all the boo-hoo me. I was attacked because I was young and didn't know what I was doing, and she'll try to make some comeback, and nobody will give a shit.
She's gonna be
Tom,
too
you're
old.
right. That is going to happen. She is going to do that. But here's what's going to happen. The reality is she'll probably get roles, but they'll be like supporting characters.
That's what I mean. Nobody will give a shit.
Mhm.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of what happened with
She'll
Brie
never be a
Larson.
lead. She'll never be a lead ever again.
Ever again.
No, not at
Kind of
all.
what happened
And the
with
only
Brie
reason the
Larson,
Hunger
to be
Games
honest.
movie broke even, because that's all it did, was because it was riding off the coattails of the movies that came before it.
And she was in
That's
West
the
Side Story
only
and
reason.
stuff
It's
like
not because
that.
she was in it.
But you're right, and that's what I mean exactly, Verbal. She'll get these bit parts here and there in these little indie films and stuff like that because she's a well enough known name that she can get some money, right? Because that's about all she'll be worth that at that point.
Yeah, but she's going to see a drastic cut in her paycheck.
Oh, absolutely! It's not even going to be remote. Like you are
Yeah.
100% right. She's going to be like the third person in the roster, but it's going to be enough that they can sell this movie because it'll have her and 2 other names in it. That they can sell it overseas, that she's a well enough known name. That's it, right? Like that's what I'm getting at. Is they'll be able to.
Hey,
bring
and
in
at
some
the end of the
funding.
day, man, there's always Lifetime and the Hallmark Channel. So
Exactly. Or she could go that route too.
like she'll
Or
always
she'll get a
have-
TV
she'll always
show
have
or
work.
something. Yeah.